ABC News World contributor Robert Jobson joins me now with more on what we can expect today. And Robert, last night as the coffin made its way to Buckingham Palace, we heard the crowd cheered. But today is expected to be a more silent, a more somber event. Walk us through what we can expect.
Well, I think with the procession, with the King leading the procession, which will be a much smaller procession than we've seen up until now, I think that people will show respect because there's the walking. But I think when the car arrived, it was bizarre when they started cheering, I thought, a little bit. I didn't expect that to happen. And it was probably just because they'd been there waiting for so long, and it was her final return to Buckingham Palace. But I think today will be more somber, and I don't think there'll be a lot of noise in the crowd, actually. And
you talk about the size of the event. The palace is calling this an intimate, a personal procession. Talk about what that means in contrast to, for example, what we'll see on Monday for the Queen's funeral.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is really essentially... The coffin was returned to Buckingham Palace last night, where it was last private moments with the Queen and the family. And now the family will be taking the coffin to the public part of the proceedings. So this is where they sort of say their goodbyes to the Queen, but to their mother, their grandmother, their great-grandmother. From there on, she's public property again. You know, there's going to be people filing past the coffin over. I mean, I was talking to policemen. It could go on for, a 5-hour wait. It could be more. 5-mile queue, which could be over 20 hours. But she's now public property now. And I think when we have the actual state funeral, it's then she goes to being head of state.
A nod in a way.
And commander-in-chief. So it's going to be quite military in the way it does it.
A nod in a way from her role as head of the family to her role as head of state and commander-in-chief. But before we see that handoff, there's also a service today, a Lion State service, that again is going to be quite different from the state funeral that we see on Monday. Talk about that. Well,
see, we've got to remember the Queen was a woman of great faith, and she was High Church Anglican, but she was also Supreme Governor of the Church of England. So this is really her going to the Westminster Hall, and it's dealing really with that side of things, the religious side of things. She's the commander-in-chief. She's the head of the judiciary. When our barristers are King's Counsel, now they were Queen's Counsel. Also the head of the nation. But also, the point of it is she was the head of the Church of England, Supreme Governor. That's why this is going to be an important service. And she did credit her faith so much in guiding her throughout her reign as Queen. And, Robert, I'm struck as I look around us. Barricades everywhere, streets blocked off. They're saying crowds could hit over 1 million people here. How is London preparing for this? Well, it's going to be one of the biggest moments, I think, in recent history. Certainly bigger even than Princess Diana's funeral, and certainly bigger than the Queen Mother's. The reason being that so many heads of state will be coming here. I mean, they're going to be busing them in. The heads of state are going to be in the bus. Not the president, not President Biden. He'd be given special dispensation. There was a lot of conversations about that. Will the President of the United States be put on a bus? I don't think he should be on a... There's no way Mr. President Biden's on a bus. He's coming in the normal way. But other kings and queens of Europe and other heads of state, other presidents will be, because you see the way that the place has been divided up, and it's all to do with security. All of these rooftops that we're on, they're going to have armed people on the top of Scotland Yard. It's a massive operation. And of course, then you've got to deal with the amount of people that are coming in. And that's just huge amounts of people that we probably, it's going to be like a river of people. And so I do feel, see, we're at this moment halfway through, where they're now pretty much building parts of the city to accommodate this final farewell. And this is going to last now. She will lie in state from noon local time today, or 5 p.m. local time today, noon Eastern time, until the morning of the funeral. What can we expect to see over the next few days as more and more people come into London to pay that last respect? Well, I think it's just going to be a growing number of people. That we'll be talking about how the people are remembering the Queen. And I think it's more going to be about that. The family side of things is now subsided. The King will go to Wales, where he will go and meet the people of Wales with the Queen Consort. But essentially, this is going to be about people and their Queen, and saying goodbye. All right, Robert Jobson, we appreciate the analysis. As always, thank you. Pleasure.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.